going down. I'm yelling timber, you better move.
A bit of fusion Indian dancing there. Some dancers from Trisha's Dance Academy adding a bit of color to an otherwise dull day in KwaDukuza in terms of the weather, that is. But this city, this town is indeed a vibrant town, and it also has major commercial developments. Now, it is strategically positioned. It sits between two of Africa's busiest ports, that's the Durban Harbour as well as Richards Bay Harbour. And also a stone throw away, well, not too far away from here, is the Durban Trade Port. Now let's further this conversation, talk about development in this area. The CEO of the Ilembe Chamber of Commerce, Cobus Oelofse, joins me now live. Cobus, thank you very much indeed for making the time.
Morning, Blaine. Thanks for the opportunity.
Cobus, I understand this is your second day as CEO, so indeed hitting the road running. But let's just talk about this region. Is it viable? Is it a credible business region?
I think over the last decade or so, we've probably topped the charts of municipal growth areas in the country year after year. So we've seen significant growth in the area over the last 10 years or so. Obviously, with it comes its challenges as well, in terms of infrastructure, strategic infrastructure especially. But I think the future is amazing. It's obviously going to be up to us. It's going to be up to business and how we involve the other social stakeholders, both labour and local government, to make sure that we make the most of it. But it is a significant area and is the place to be in South Africa.
I heard you talking about strategic infrastructure. Now, if you compare the growth of this area compared to the strategic infrastructure in terms of infrastructure, is it balanced? Is it on par?
We've got our challenges. It's from a strategic point of view, I think what we need to look at is not only at physical infrastructure, but also how we plan in advance for the infrastructure, timely developments. How do we support the strategic vision of the area that we would like to influence as business, but how do we support that strategic vision through policies, through procedures, not looking at water supply, but also the cost of water supply, not only looking at electricity, but also the cost of electricity, not only looking at roads, but also public transport. And then I think probably the most significant challenge for us is this, to make sure that from a human capital development point of view, that contributes to the infrastructure and that people are accountable, competent people are accountable. I think if we manage those and we get on top of those, we will see the growth rate that we're experiencing probably for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah, talking about this and with these concerns notwithstanding, how does your organization promote investment here?
We are an advocacy group, but we also a resource for like-minded business. And if you allow me, just to like-minded business, we assume credible, we assume ethical, and we assume progressive business. Investment promotion is one of the key pillars of our organization's involvement in the community. And if you look at some of the initiatives that we've currently got, the entrepreneur competition is probably not even a competition. The entrepreneur program, is a significant program that we run. It's probably our most high-profile event. This year we're rolling it out across the province with us facilitating it as a chamber, with significant financial contribution from both the regional government, from DEDT, as well as from Enterprise Ilembe. The four other chambers, Durban Chamber, Maritzburg Chamber, Zululand Chamber, as well as the KZN Youth Chamber, all participate in this program that involves, amongst others, a period of about 20 weeks of mentoring and training for young budding entrepreneurs.
And that started back in 2011 and burgeoning?
2011, and it's just grown from strength to strength. And I mean, I've been involved in the program since its inception in 2011, but a lot of credit must go to the mentors as well as Trenley Tilbrook, who was the previous CEO. The entrepreneur competition is not only about developing small, medium enterprise, and especially across the region into the rural areas as well, and not only the bigger hubs like Belito and Stanger, but also making sure that we integrate those small, medium enterprises, those entrepreneurs, into formal business. And what are the opportunities that they've got to be integrated into formal business?
Cobus, that's where we'll have to leave it. Cobus Oelofse is the CEO of the Ilembe Chamber of Commerce. Just bearing in mind, this is his second day, so he's mapping it out. at finding his feet, but indeed seemingly a competent person taking Ilembe Chamber of Commerce further. Now, we've still got lots to talk about here. We'll be delving into the issue of tourism. What does KwaDukuza have to offer? That's coming up a little later on, but first let's take a look at some of your sporting headlines with Valen.